Welcome back. Another Whole Cake Homies chapter discussion. This chapter, 1139, just came out. The reveal of the one, the only, the left-hand man of the Pirate King, Scopper Gaban, the Mountain Eater. He's here. He's real. Silhouette revealed.
What's up? We're up. It's up. We're all up. We're up. We're so up.
Time to sell your Scopper stocks. They're as high as they're ever going to be.
I mean, they're sold. We sold.
Yeah, we sold.
They were sold last chapter. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. It's really cool to see something like that, which is introduced as like a sort of question mark 600 chapters ago or something. It was like six something, but like seeing something.
When was the first like tease at that?
It was after Fishman Island, I think.
Yeah, it was the cover
basically
story.
like going through like the world, and like they were like checking on everyone after the time skip.
And that was around chapter 650 something. It was
right.
basically everyone around the world reacting to the Straw Hats reemerging.
Returning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Crocus and Gaban were having a little chat, which I mean, it's cool that they keep in touch, you know?
Yeah.
The ex-Roger Pirates.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, has Scopper been in contact with Rayleigh or anyone else?
Yeah.
We'll get to it in the chapter, but it seems like he's been out and about.
Right.
Yeah. Does that mean that, I know there was a theory going around that there's like one member of the Roger Pirates at like each pivotal location.
Yeah, right.
Between like the Grand Line and the New World.
Yeah, Crocus.
And
I mean, this
seems,
still
like,
kind of
true
goes
so
before.
far.
Yeah.
But like
Before
why?
Elbaph. I mean, Elbaph is like we'll get to it when we get to it, but before that, I think a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, Scopper's going to be at Lodestar."
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like one at each pivotal point. Because honestly, I don't think Elbaph is as like geographically, logistically related to that theory as Lodestar was.
But I think
but it's
Elbaph still serves
cool.
as like, if you get here, you're near the end, basically. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I still think Lodestar is more like if it was Lodestar, it'd be like, oh, that theory is like pretty much confirmed. Is
yeah,
what
but
I mean.
I think Crocus is out at the Twin Capes. He's kind of alone, but he's with Laboon. But I think Rayleigh and Gaban.
Okay, look, just so like I don't mean to skip ahead, but like okay, like just like the point on that theory was that like the Roger Pirates set it up so whoever's the next Pirate King can follow these steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right now it seems like Rayleigh picked Savodi only because he's a fucking gambling addict, and also he's like he fucks with the Kuja, and it seems like Gaban picked this because he married a giant. It's just like a coincidence, is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think it can be a little bit of both. Like, I don't think it's got to be super rigid.
Sure.
It's like maybe Roger was like, okay, someone's got to go to Reverse Mountain. You do that, Crocus. And then like someone's got to go near the end of Paradise. And
I
someone's
always
got to go near the end of New World.
if that theory was true, like Roger didn't plan it. I thought the Roger Pirates were just like, we're gonna do this. Like we're gonna look for whoever Roger was talking about.
Most sense, I think.
All right. But I will say that they picked the perfect spots to combat or survive in a world where the sea levels continue to rise. Because Crocus can live inside Laboon. Rayleigh knows how to coach ships for being underwater. And then Gaban is on Elbaph, which is, other than Merijois, the highest place you can be. So like they maybe that factored into it too. Like they knew that the sea levels could continue to rise, so they picked the places where they could survive the best. But I mean, let's get into the chapter. Let's get into the cover story. I mean, Ulti and page 1, that's them.
Yeah, that's Ulti and page 1. Like the bucket hat kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Ulti and page 1. Why?
I didn't even
rebels. I don't know.
I mean, I guess they rebelled.
As soon as they saw it, like as soon as you see the horns, it's got to be like a Toby Ropo probably. And then
they, at least the Toby Ropo, maybe Ulti and page 1, they all had this sort of like, they all kind of wanted to suck up to Kaido, and that was really the only thing that kept them together. So I think there's sort of this power vacuum now, and then who's trying to be the one to be the big boss man on Wano now. And I guess Ulti and page 1, they tried to rebel against him, but now they're on the floor somehow. They got owned.
Yeah, I think it's more of a It's probably just like a playful, rebellious kind of thing. Like, because they were pretty confident when they were like actually ass for the most part on Wano. Like they were like,
Oh,
on the
ulti
vet.
is strong, guys.
Ulti-
Ulti is strong,
crazy.
but also Usopp survived a headbutt. so like,
That's just an Usopp feat. That's just an Usopp feat.
Usopp survived a
Usopp.
4-ton hammered or 4-ton bat to the face.
Yeah.
On Alabasta,
yeah,
man.
that's true.
Usopp's
low-key
skull
got-
durability, bro.
There's
Yeah.
gotta be like some like crash physics with his nose. There's gotta be something, bro.
Like Crow-
These are all Usopp feats. All Usopp feats is what I'm hearing.
Really,
Yeah.
I mean,
He went
maybe
toe to toe with post Udon Luffy.
real. In Gear 4th as well, right?
Yeah, Gear 4.
True.
Yeah, facts.
And
But-
withstood like Conqueror's Haki. Like
Facts.
crazy.
No, Ulti's kind of crazy, and she lived a big move. I forgot what it was, but it was one
Yeah,
of the.
it was the.
Was it a misery attack? Like the misery
Yeah,
laser?
it was
or
misery.
something?
It was the
Yeah,
misery
Yeah.
laser or whatever
Yeah.
the hell it was.
Or like no, it was like the Hella laser. I don't think it was misery yet, because misery only
Was it not
appeared
Misery?
during Misery only appeared during Kid and Law fight.
Oh,
It was
I don't know
it
why
was
I
the
thought
it was the
he
Hella
used it.
laser, the one where like Hella
Okay.
went on Napoleon.
Yeah.
She did that.
Yeah.
So she tanked
Yeah,
that.
OP.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe Ulti and Page 1 will join Yamato instead of Who's Who, like what we were
makes more
saying,
sense.
what we were saying in the last one. Because I mean, Ulti and Page 1, they were just kind of Kaido's goons. I don't think they did anything explicitly
They're-
evil.
It's following Oda format of like
Yeah.
same thing with Peruna, where like previous villain who like the fans love
Yeah,
With
becomes
who?
bitter. Perona.
Oh yeah.
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 And then I do really like the idea of Yamato going around and taking in sort of the rebellious, natured people of Wano, just like
Yeah,
Odin did.
yeah.
I do like that a lot.
What's this sword?
I think it's
It's
just
like crazy.
like a whatever sword.
Is it?
I mean, it just looks like sort of a
Saying
regular
something?
katana.
like I don't recognize that design anywhere, but maybe it's
I
something.
don't know. It looks like the smiley fruit.
It does have a very
The
similar design.
smile
Yeah.
fruit.
He's like, let me get a smile type sword.
Yeah,
Never
I
spent
guess.
too much
I
time
don't know.
on Who's Who.
He
man.
pulls out a smile. He pulls out a
pulls out-
smile from his sword. It's
He does
revealed
the
like two
dog
chapters
smile.
after Shamrock's.
Dog
Yeah,
smile. Yeah, the shamrock dog smile.
All
that'd be
right.
insane.
So the key hunt continues. They're looking for the key. I like how Zoro's like, hey, we haven't even decided if we're going to let him go. And Luffy's like, you're no fun. Of course we're going to let him go.
Yeah.
Typical Luffy nature.
And then, okay, so we see the summoning circle, the magic circle.
First thing that like kind of took me off guard was like how big it was.
Yeah, it is pretty huge.
Huge. I don't know why it's so big.
And so this makes me think that since they get left behind for like a while, at least like while the teleport is still active, I feel like they could like step back on it and get teleported back to Mergewa. At least I feel like that's the way I think it works. The way that they get left behind, and Nami's saying like that she's seen these in books. I feel like the Holy Knights and the Gorosei and potentially other Emu related people have done this in the past. People have seen the magic circles, seen the demons being summoned, and then they try to replicate it, but they can't do it themselves. Like the people in Brooks
Good
time skip.
shout. Yeah. Yeah.
The
good
people in
shout.
Brooks
They
time
probably
skip.
saw it and they tried to do it.
Yeah, they saw it
And
and
it
tried
worked.
to do it, and it
Wait, when?
worked. But in Brooks time skip, when he got sent by Kuma, he appeared in the middle of a summoning circle with like a people who were trying to summon Satan.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So I think
Oh, and like, okay, yeah.
so those guys might have seen the Holy Knights before, and if you remember, they were a country that was starving. They were a starving country, so maybe they got ravaged by the Holy Knights. Maybe they were the site of a hunting game or something like that.
Yeah. Nice.
Like
nice, yeah.
I don't know. So that's what I think that was. I think there isn't for real Satan, but they just saw the demons getting summoned, and then they were like, "Oh, this shit is real. We saw it happening. Let's try to summon one for our own gain or something like that." But they were misled about the truth. But but the summoning circle's in the throne room. That's gotta be like you throw suspicion onto Harold.
I was about to say, I think this is tinfoil hat theory now, but because it's so big, it makes me wonder if it was intended for a giant.
True.
And if like there was a way for Harold to be in cahoots with the world government,
Yeah.
and so Loki was not, cool with that.
I mean, their initial plan was to take Loki back, no? But, like, if
true.
he said yes, then it'd be big.
Oh,
it'd be big enough for them to take Loki.
think?
Good job.
You think this summoning circle could turn Loki into a holy knight and teleport him back and bestow upon him the powers?
Do you think?
do you think
they need to be holy knights?
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to know. We don't know like how the summoning
true.
circles work. They could just be like teleporters.
They could just be teleporters, but we've only seen them work on Gorsei and Holy Knight, so I feel like you've got to at least make a deal with Emu to have that happen.
maybe.
But,
Maybe.
I guess.
but
we'll
maybe
see.
they are just teleportation pads.
Yeah,
I think it might be like a teleportation with intention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're right. I think you're
Then
right. that
again,
it's big because they were
Didn't
intending on
Luffy
taking
step
back.
on it
Trying to
though?
bring
Couldn't
Luffy
they just
back.
like bring Luffy? If he stepped on it, did he step on it?
Yeah, I think he's right there. He's like that little silhouette in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's not. Maybe you do have to make a deal because I feel like they would have just taken him.
I mean, it's probably not as simple as you just step on it and it works. Like, there's probably like a whole.
I think you've
thing.
got to be like Emu's
What,
got to
gotta
teleport
want
you
to,
back.
or-
Like he's got to do something to teleport you back. It's not just you step on it.
Yeah. No, I mean even then, like I figured if Luffy stepped on it, then Emu would just be like, "Oh, free," and then just like,
Luffy just gets
Like,
like
take
to
him.
Mary's Raw and killed.
yeah, yeah. But
And then Gaban says, "Luffy, I've been waiting for you." Scares Road with a fucking axe. And
Is that like a giant axe? I can't tell if that's a huge giant axe or like.
just POV.
I think it's just
Or,
a
like,
big axe and also perspective.
Like it kind of looks like it's the size of Rhodes'
Oh,
head.
true.
right?
It does look like it's like the size. Yeah. What if Gaban had just like a gigantic two-handed axe
Giant
that he
axe
threw?
is, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like how Zoro catches Nami. That's like a
Yeah, I like that
nice
too.
little thing that you can miss.
Oh, I thought Luffy grabbed her midair and like put her in Zoro's hands, like his arms back there.
Maybe you see Luffy's hand like
Oh, yeah.
stretch out there.
Yeah, I thought that's what happened, but like
Maybe.
I don't know. It's one
Maybe
of the two.
both. Probably
Yeah.
both.
maybe both.
Yeah.
So Gaban felt the Holy Knights with observation hockey.
Goat.
He's the GOAT. He's got crazy observation hockey.
Yeah. Goat. Also, his name is Gaban, I guess. We've been
Gaban?
pronouncing it wrong. It's Gaban.
Gaban?
Is that why it's Yasu?
Gyaban. But for some reason, Viz has always called him Gaban, but
Really?
his name was always Gaban, and that's why he's Yasan here.
Yeah, Gaban.
Gaban.
Oh, also in the last. Oh, wait, is that the key?
I mean, I didn't know about this until this chapter.
That's
but
crazy.
Okay, not to
His name
skip
is
ahead,
Gaban.
but it might have been a giant axe because in the last one he seems pretty comfortable holding the giant ass.
Yeah, the big ass key.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
the
is.
big-ass
He is
key.
two-handing that.
Yeah.
The one who locked up Loki was Shanks, and no one was able to stop him until then. So this is big Loki gassing up.
Yeah,
like
no, hell yeah.
if Scopper was here and even he couldn't lock Loki up, that's some pretty serious Shanks upscale and Loki upscale.
Wait, are you skipping ahead to like him talk? Because there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about before that.
Oh yeah, I kind of scrolled up and didn't.
There's a lot I
yeah,
want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to talk about him like knowing that he defeated Kaido. That's like
Yeah,
awesome.
That's raw.
That, like,
and like
that probably means a lot to like someone like Gaban. Like
yeah,
then, dude, like, okay, when he says "love knows no bounds," I'm gonna wait until the official translation. But if this is such a like deep niche One Piece knowledge thing,
I think I know what
but
you're
the
talking
phrase "love like a hurricane," love is like a hurricane. It's like used like multiple times throughout character. Like characters use that phrase.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gaban started it. Like he started saying "love is like a hurricane," and then like people started using it after because like Sanji says it and Gloriosa says it. Like a couple characters say that phrase. Like, haven't you heard? Love is like a hurricane, and it's like such a neat, like random thing. No one talks about it, but like it would be awesome if like like as a parallel to Sanji being the the left hand of the Pirate King, like he started that phrase. That would be so funny.
Like,
But yeah, man, I'm excited. To see
I like how, I guess Gaban. I gotta get used to that. Gaban is I just like his demeanor. I like how he's just sort of like a old hippie guy now, and he's like, he says like his hobby is exploring. You know, like I don't know, I just like his vibe. He's so different than Rayleigh.
Yeah,
I wonder.
I'm excited to see more because, like, honestly, up until now, like, even in the flashbacks, Gaban has been like a very blank slate. Like, you just knew he had 2 axes and he was Scopper Gaban. Like, that was basically it.
Yeah, I wonder if him and Rayleigh have a Sanji Zoro-esque relationship.
That would be hilarious.
Awesome. That would be very awesome.
I do. It is kind of, I don't know. It's interesting because the Sanji Gaban parallels we can see immediately. Like they're there, like for sure. But like the Zoro Rayleigh parallels, other than like the scar over one eye, I think Rayleigh has that too, right? The scar over one eye and like them both being swordsmen, I guess. Like it kind of starts and stops there. Like it's interesting that Rayleigh had a better like riff with Luffy, like obviously, than like he ever did with Zoro. I can't even remember Zoro Rayleigh interaction at all. There's like one thing that like I looked up immediately to make sure I didn't even know about it. I was like just like, what is this? When he talks about the mixed race people, he's like the Buccaneers and then
the
Dosendatas.
I have no clue what that is.
The hell is that? We've never heard of that before. I looked it up. Like that doesn't exist yet. Like it's a new term in One Piece.
Such hybrids. I think this might be it might be related to something bigger that Gaban is talking about the hybrids. Like he's just casually name dropping the Buccaneers as sort of like a gag, like, oh, he's like the Sanji type guy, and he's talking about the mixed races and love knows no bounds type. But I wonder if it's more important than he's letting on. Like in every era, there have always been those who are more flexible, he says. So, I mean, I guess lends more credence to
Joy Boy Buccaneer.
Yeah, I guess Joy Boy Buccaneer, or even
Joy Boy Buccaneer stocks are up because of this.
Yeah, and even like what we talked about the big monster guy in the mural being a Lunarian ancient giant combo.
Oh,
just like
true.
That like
Dosendata, dude. The big monster guys in Dosendata.
The only thing I found on Dosendata was Dosun is apparently an onomatopoeia used to represent the sound of a hammer hitting something, and then Tata is like the Tata from Tontatas, like you said. And so they think it's like a blacksmithing dwarf, like a hybrid between giants and Tata. That's pretty weak, though. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually what it is. But they're saying it's giant and Tata.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Don't cook that hard, bro.
Don't cook that.
Love can have some bounds.
Some bounds. Some bounds, because
that one's crazy.
Oh my god. So does that mean that Colin is a Buccaneer if Buccaneer is just half giant?
I think when he says like the boy's giant blood runs strong, like I think he's more giant, the giant dominant gene. Like
it took over. So you think Buccaneer is like more human? Like it's like, I don't know, say 20% giant or something?
I mean, yeah, maybe like in theory. I don't know. I'm just speaking in like fucking eugenics of One Piece world, but like if Colin had a child with another human, maybe like their offspring would. Actually, I don't even want to think about that at all.
So Roger had a child, Gaban had a child. Did Rayleigh
Shut
have
up,
a child?
shut up, shut up.
Did Rayleigh have a
Shut up.
child?
Mihawk theory. Shut
The
up.
Mihawk theory.
Shut up.
Hey,
Like
the
five,
stocks are a
maybe.
little bit up. A little bit up.
I'll give you stock. I'll give you stock on that, but like I don't know. He thinks this is a long old theory at this point, but Jacob thinks that Rayleigh's son is Mihawk.
Rayleigh and Shaki, because he shares traits with both of them. And the age does
eyes, man.
match
It's
up.
the eyes. It's the eyes, dude.
Yeah,
The
I like Luffy says, I bet Sanji ends up like him when he's older. That's hilarious.
That's really sweet.
I do like this challenge that Gibbon is posing. Like you have to beat him for the key.
Yeah.
I do like that, but
It-
I also think the Third Holy Knight is going to interrupt their fight.
Yeah, maybe even use the same summoning circle to like pop in.
Yeah.
I like the idea that like there's no world where Gibbon would ever do this, but he's obviously reminded of Roger. Like that's the first thing he thinks about is like how reckless Roger was like during his time, and he just like has to test it for himself. Like I think in the back of his mind he knows like Luffy is like the real deal. He like took out Kaido. You know that's fucking insane. But yeah, I think like we just need to see like how strong this guy is. I mean, like I always use this scaling when like talking about like these old goats. Rayleigh said he couldn't take on Blackbeard right now. Like,
Yeah.
He said that. He said like I can't take on Blackbeard right now. So I'm interested to see where Gaban's levels are. You know, this is a very Zoro Sanji dynamic.
I think he's either equal to Rayleigh or just like one tiny peg down. I think.
Exactly. The same
Yeah.
way like Sanji's always like a little lower on the bounty to Zoro. It's the exact same thing. But that's still a high bar. That's still a really high bar.
Man, I just really like this, like this challenge, and like he's saying like he loves that they're gonna free Loki, even though I mean he's on Elbaph, he knows the culture, he knows that everyone hates this motherfucker, but he says I love it. Like, I love that you are gonna stir up trouble and do this.
Yeah.
Cause this is a guy who's been to Laugh Tale. He knows everything.
No laugh tail, you're right. Yeah.
He
No,
knows
that's crazy.
everything. So like,
Yeah,
are
he
we
knows
gonna
what's
get
up.
some more lore from this guy? Are we gonna get some tips, some pointers, some shit? Every time someone comes up with a scar, they're like, he's a man marked by flames. He's burnt scar. I do not think he's burnt scar. I think it's possible that he could be, but I'm thinking like 10% chance. I don't think he's burnt scar.
I really don't want him to be burnt scar. Like I like leave burnt scar for like another character or like a new character altogether.
And I think with all this importance on the ancient energy power source and its likeness to the mother flame, I'm thinking that it's got to be someone who has been scarred by the ancient energy power source.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm
Like
thinking
with-
the same.
Like I think that would be like with the final saga ramping up towards the Void Century conflict, and that being basically the central like MacGuffin of it. Like this is what everyone wants. I think it would make sense that the man marked by flames isn't just like regular burn scars. It's like special burn scars that like maybe still glow because the flame is that powerful or something like that.
True. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this story about like him being the Mountain Eater or whatever. That is so raw.
so
That is
sick.
so fucking cool. Like he just went like ham, I guess, and then like did all
Mass
that.
deforestation.
That's fucking crazy.
Didn't Usopp literally say that too? Hold on. Yeah, he said
level
next level. Yeah,
deforestation.
next level deforestation.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Like
Yeah,
like
love that.
the image of Gibbon like fending off hella pirates with like Roger being sick. It's like, I don't know, it's reminiscent of like Luffy and with Nami and Sanji in Drum Island, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at least like going through like I don't know if they're just regular pirates. I mean, it's probably not regular pirates. They're all on Elbaph, you know?
Oh, you think this happened here? I don't think the story happened in Elbaph. It just says like they were deep in the mountains.
Oh,
like,
deep within the mountains?
Yeah, I don't know what that could be.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be on any island, not Elbaph. I thought since the Giants were telling it, they were like, this happened here.
Yeah, I mean, he probably like came here and was like, guys, listen to these stories I got, and then like told them. I mean, also like Jinbei knows about the story apparently, so apparently people
Everyone
just, like,
knows that tale.
Did
everyone
Jinbei say
knows
that?
about. Huh? Yeah, Jinbei
he
at
did
the
say
very
that.
end. Yeah, he says everyone knows that tale.
That tale. It was probably a minute ago then. Like a while.
Oh yeah,
ago.
I mean, it happened while Roger was alive. Like it happened like way before that, and this seems to be like a different instance than when Roger was like sick. Like I think this is like he was like hurt or something, and then like, you know, Gaban was like, I got you, bro, and then like locked in, ate the mountain. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever see it. Like we'll ever see like just like a bunch of like stumps or something. Like
Do you
that'd be
think,
crazy.
think of if we have seen it before. We haven't, right? Someone must have already pointed that out. If we have seen
Yeah, I
it
know.
like that.
I was thinking
don't-
of mountains that like we've seen, and I see this is like something I can't even remember if this is like anime only, but like the scene where Ace meets Shanks in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Is that anime only or is that canon? I
No,
can't. I
think-
actually.
no, that is canon. That is canon.
That is canon. Okay, yeah, that's a mountain that they met on. I don't know if there were stumps or not, but
I mean, it was snowy. I'm picturing like a green mountain, like, you know.
yeah, and now it's like barren.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, probably haven't seen it. Maybe it's the High West.
Yeah. High West. Yeah.
High West.
Yeah. Everything's the High West.
See if there's anything else of note. Big ass key.
Big ass key.
Key.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the Ace scene. I
And
forgot about it.
there's so many people that are like on top of. We need to put to bed the Roger slander, okay? The Roger slander has been crazy.
What Roger Slander? What's
people
Roger
are saying?
Slander?
People are saying that Roger ducked the fade.
Oh, that he
Where?
saw like the mural and
He
was
saw
like,
the mural and was
"Haha,
like, "I'm out. I
not
can't
me."
do this."
No, he
No.
was too early. He was too
That's
early.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It was
saying.
just too early. There's obviously like that's like ever since Laugh Tale happened, like we saw the flashback or whatever. There's obviously a time related issue with the One Piece. Like they were just too early. Like they didn't have all the pieces. Like Momonosuke wasn't ready to open Wano. Like Shirahoshi wasn't born yet. Like things weren't ready. Like things weren't set in stone yet.
And also, level 2 of the Roger slander. This statement right here: the living legend who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh. That's just because they were together. They were the monster trio. It's like
exactly. It's the whole monster trio. It's the whole monster
Sanji and
trio.
Zoro stand shoulder to shoulder with Luffy. It's not that
Slander.
people are saying that's a Roger downscale because they're saying
What?
they're equal to
He's like shoulder
Rayleigh.
to shoulder with Rayleigh.
That's like saying Luffy is downscaled every time with Sanji and Zoro.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
We got to
That's
we
hilarious.
got to stop the Roger slander
People just be
before
saying things.
before it escapes meme territory into
Bro,
like
Roger Slander just shut up. There's like that is nonsense. It doesn't make
but
yeah. I love the little detail that like thieves have like robbed the entire room, but they left the key. They were like, yeah, we're
yes,
not doing
that's
that.
Yeah.
that is so funny.
Yeah.
Hey there.
They're like, leave that guy. We don't.
They,
We do
like,
not want anything to do with this
Keep
guy.
standing up like on its like
Yeah,
leg.
like it's untouched. Like even the like podium is a little bit worn, but like
Yeah.
the key is
pristine.
absolutely pristine.
It's really funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Also, you think he's gonna like battle with the key? Like, is he gonna use it as like a weapon?
Yeah,
like,
that
That would
like,
be fire.
I
That'd be
think
so sick.
so.
yeah, man, no, that's fire.
I love how the Oda text is just, he's here.
Like he knows.
Made it, dude. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like I like Gaban like feels like a dessert, not like a dessert, but it's like for the fans who've been keeping attention. You know, it's
Yeah.
like this guy like barely made a mark in the story, but like he should be here, but
Yeah.
so he's here. Like, there you go.
Makes you wonder where the other Roger Pirates are, but look, I don't really give a fuck about them. So
There's some nonsense, bro. Like it was so fun. I was watching the Artur video, and it was so funny because he was like, "Yeah, this should be Gabon, but the only thing holding me back is his hair is blonde." First of all, like really, that's where we're drawing the line. Like his hair is blonde, so it can't be Gabon. But anyway, he was like, "But the only other two Roger Pirates that are blonde," and he just like names like these two random pirates in the Roger Pirates. They're like, "Oh yeah, it could be this guy or this guy." I'm like,
what I think happened is the official color team just got it wrong.
I mean, I think he can just be blonde. Why can't he just dye his hair? Why can't that be a con-
he could dye he could dye his hair, but I think his hair is just gray, like it's white, like Rayleigh's.
Like, I mean, like what if he dyed his hair before it wasn't black?
True. Like what if he's naturally blonde? You know,
naturally blonde,
blonde like Sanji. You know.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, and I love the fit, like the Hawaiian, like
yeah,
shirt
and
that he's got
the Amigasa hat.
Amigasa.
Yeah, so fire.
Yeah, he seems to have been like well traveled and is like after like retirement or whatever. Like he seems to be like going around doing things.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he said exploration is his
hair
hobby.
blonde, like just hide from the government. He was like, I'm just a
true.
random guy.
He looks like
Just a random traveler.
at least smaller physically, because he was like ripped as fuck, like in the Odin flashback.
Yeah,
he had a wide ass neck, so it looks like he hasn't really been fighting in his retirement, but he's been exploring, so can't blame him.
Yeah.
But he still did throw that big ass axe, and he's still willing to challenge Luffy. So
hey, man.
he's still got it in him, bro.
Old people in One Piece, like they're goated. Like if you're old in One Piece, you're probably goated. Like that's like some Garp level like activity. Yeah, it's fire. I mean, I'm just excited to see him in action, man. It's gonna be so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what the group of Straw Hats that are still back at the party, what is going to happen to them to bring them into the conflict,
Yeah. Wait, dude, I just realized something. Fuck, he's gonna fight Luffy, but it would be awesome if he fought Zoro so he could recognize Enma, because he went toe to toe with Odin.
Yeah,
that would be fire. If he was like, "Oh, I know that sword. Like I fought against that sword 20 years ago."
Oh my god,
40 years ago. I don't remember how much it was.
That would be around 40 years ago. Yeah.
40 years ago.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, is it 40?
No, it would be 20.
No.
It would be 20 something.
It's like 20 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was that when Odin first joined the?
Yeah, it's when Odin was with Whitebeard, which is like a long time
Yeah,
back.
Odin was with Whitebeard. It would be like maybe 30, like
20 to 30.
like
It's like
20 to 30, because it was
Roger died like 22 years ago.
well,
So
it wasn't.
yeah, Roger died 22 years ago.
It was
So
it was before Roger's final voyage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was before that. So it was like maybe like 25, 26,
Yeah,
like that.
something around there.
Yeah.
I wonder what Roger and Gaban were arguing about. Like, I wonder if this is just like a asinine flashback that doesn't really matter. It just goes to like, it's just like showing their personalities, or if they were really arguing about something that is important.
You know what's interesting? According to, I mean, even just in general, there's no reason for Roger to have gone to Elbaph, like at all. So, like at first I was like wondering like could this have been an Elbaph? But no, Roger did not need to go to Elbaph in his journey at all, unless we're missing like this factor that like makes Elbaph important. But like he got all 4 road poneglyphs a different way. And
that could have just been his first journey. Like his final journey was max efficiency, hit all the places he needs to go. He's probably went because they said he was the first person to completely circumnavigate the Grand Line. So I would imagine he's been to Elbaph like at least once.
That'd be cool. I mean, I'm just like thinking like if we like Jarl would have been alive for sure. Like he would have been like, oh yeah, Roger, yeah, that guy. He was here a while back.
Or maybe it lends credence to like Gaban was like he's like, I need to explore the places that we didn't go. And then so he went to Elbaph and then he fell in love on Elbaph or something like that.
Also, there's no guarantee that like oh, never mind. I was gonna say there's no guarantee that Jarl remembers anything after his sword was put through his head, but like
I'm saying like even before that.
Like before that, yeah.
Yeah.
But still facts that I feel like Jarl is lobotomized. Like he's not thinking about much.
least trustworthy person in the series right now.
He's so awesome though. What if he takes it out and fights with it later? That'd be awesome. Like takes out the sword. What if it was a gag the whole time? What if it was a gag the whole time and he just like it's like one of those like bendy things?
Yeah, it's like a
takes
hat.
it off. Yeah, it's like the hat. He's like, gotcha.
Okay, yeah, you're right. A year before he turned himself in, he became the Pirate King, and then before that, so yeah, it had to be like over 23 years ago or 25 years ago. Sorry.
Okay. Also, that's Oimo, right? The one who was talking about the silhouette of Rogers. He's still a straw hat. So this is pre-Shanks, even that story.
Oh wait, no. But then in the one right, the silhouette right before that. Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah,
Mountain Eater. The
Mountain Eater story is pre-Shanks even. So this is like beginning of the Roger
Rocks
Pirates
era.
This is old ass story. So this is like
good
like
catch.
Yeah, this is like when he made a name for himself was probably that moment, you know.
Yeah, wait, that's awesome. This is like giving like nothing mattered, like or nothing happened.
Nothing happened, like a final stand, to protect his captain.
Oh, wait, that is interesting because this is pre-pirate era, so 100 pirates coming at them is kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of them, yeah.
This had to have been planned.
Enemy pirates surrounded the hospital trying to capture. Okay, wait, there's a lot to take in when you think about it, because this is pre-Roger's name. This is, when he's still a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy pirates. Who is Roger beefing with back then?
Is it just a bunch of fodder, or?
I mean, probably, but like because of the numbers, that's a lot of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and maybe it could have been over exaggerated, but like just saying pre-Golden era piracy. This is like Rocks era piracy.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of pirates, enemy pirates of a rookie Roger. That is kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think of anyone who it could be.
Cheeky, bro.
Yeah, maybe it was Sheiky's goons. Maybe it was like Rock's pirate grunts,
Yeah, maybe.
Like, cause in my opinion, it's like the Rock's pirates were like a Yonko crew, like a Beast Pirates, where there's just like fucking thousands of, they were on Pirate Island. Like Pirate Island had to be known as Pirate Island for some reason. It can't just be Rocks and like 5 other pirates that live there. I think it was similar to the way it is now. So
yeah, no, I agree with that.
It could have also been
what if it's like sorry, you go first, Micah.
It could have been like less of a feat as well. I guess if it's still told today, maybe it was, but it could have been like a Whiskey Peak situation.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, what if it was like a Moria level threat, and like there's a bunch of people, and that pirate just got erased because he didn't stand the test of time, but the event still
that makes sense. Yeah, or it's just some bullshit. That'd be fire.
Crazy.
I still think
we're gonna get you think we're gonna get like a flashback,
Mountain Eater flashback? I kind of hope so.
Like this, not Mountain Eater, but Roger's start. We see
I
some
think
of
so.
that.
I think we're gonna get.
That'd be cool.
I think we're gonna get one more. Not because the Roger flashback that we got was Odin's flashback. We haven't got a Roger flashback yet, so
we haven't.
We have to get the Roger flashback. And I mean,
think it would
maybe
be-
We
it
might
may
get some. We might get some
maybe
over here.
yeah, maybe it's told by Gaban.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We get the
That would be
Gaban
fire.
flashback. That's
How
like
I
some
think
of it.
it's more likely that we get some Shanks lore from him.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, Shamrock, Shanks, they were just talking about Shanks in the previous chapter. Shanks is on the brain. I think it's more likely that Gaban is going to give Luffy some Shanks lore.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Gaban is basically Shanks' uncle, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty funny if just go to the Mountaineer thing again. I think it would be pretty funny if that event wasn't even like that crazy. If it was just because Gaban didn't even like claim the name, like everyone else is saying it,
Yeah.
right? So like, what if it wasn't even that crazy?
Yeah.
And like people just say that, and he doesn't say anything because like it's awesome. It's like an awesome
Yeah.
name to have. And there would I'm guessing if that happened, there'd be like a Zoro Sanji similar like banter between Gaban
There
and
really
Rayleigh.
is.
Like don't they like are you ever gonna tell him? And then Gaban just being like, oh no, like I'll let him do it through there. I'm not gonna claim it, but you know they can say
Yeah.
what they
I
want.
could see Rayleigh being annoyed, like he just thought Gaban was gonna go accompany him to go to this hospital, and he was like, "Oh, I'll let him do that mundane
Yeah,
task."
just-
And then
yeah,
and then
we'll say no.
he gets back, and then he's like, all notorious now because of this event.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
"Ah, I should have went instead."
Yeah.
I will say though, it really does. I mean, we haven't seen any evidence to suggest that Gaban and Rayleigh are like Zoro and Sanji. And I'm even looking at the thing with them and Roger, where like they're both like, hey, I don't know about this, Roger. Like, what if Gaban and Rayleigh were just like besties, bro? And
Yeah,
like they were just
yeah.
constantly battling with Roger instead. Like
Yeah.
they had like a kind of inverse like
would be
relationship
pretty
with
funny.
Roger.
Wait, let me go back to the flashback.
Yeah, it's like very small, but like Gaban and Rayleigh, they're posted up together, man. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't know about
True.
this.
Yeah, they. Well, I mean, we've seen. I don't know. I can't point to an exact moment, but I feel like we've seen that where Zoro and Sanji are both sort of talking Luffy, trying to talk Luffy down from
That's true, that's
Yeah.
true. We have, we definitely have. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying like we haven't really seen like the very specific Zoro Sanji dynamic with them. But again, when we did see them in the Odin flashback, they were much older, and maybe by then they were like, yeah, this guy's cool or whatever. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. That's a Gaban, man. I'm
goat.
so excited to see this fight. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, that's where. What do you think he was talking about? You think he was just catching up with Crocus, or you think he was telling him something important?
I was thinking about that.
I think he was just catching up. That's just my gut reaction. This guy was just like going around like having a blast. Like he's done his pirate stuff. Like he's cooling. Like
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I mean maybe it's like Crocus was like, you hear those Straw Hats are back. They might be coming your way now.
And then Crocus was like, yeah, like wait,
Or,
using
other way around. Like Crocus was telling Gaban, like the Straw Hats are back. They might be coming your way now.
Oh yeah, maybe. It's also kind of crazy that Gaban traveled from Elbaph presumably to Birch Mountain and then back,
Yeah.
I guess. And he was like, yeah. I wonder how he's been traveling around.
I mean, I assume he just got a
We got
ship.
the super log pose.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
Or
I
just a
mean,
beer
he could have.
card.
He could have seen. I mean, I assume he could.
Theory. That egg hatched. It's like a bird or something. He's able to fly with that bird. He's able
I
to
like
just
that.
fly to places
No,
with
I
that
like
bird.
that. Or they could use the
That'd be
painters.
awesome.
Or they could
What'd
use
you
the
say?
painters. The rainbow.
Oh yeah, the sun
Yeah.
painter thing, sunstone things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we ever get it explained, hell yeah.
I forgot about that like already. Like those.
But yeah, I
I
guess
like skim past that.
I
really quick.
like to imagine him like just on a regular ship talking to Rayleigh, having to get his ship coated for 3 days. Like he went on this
Oh,
little
yeah,
reunion
yeah.
tour.
Yeah. Every couple of years, he just goes around and
Yeah.
whatever. It just seems like they do whatever, bro. Like like when we saw Rayleigh for the first time, he was on like a 2-week bender. Like
Yes.
like he was misting for 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, and like he sold himself to slavery to pay off gambling debt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rayleigh is just like we're just fucking around. Like, no. Yeah, I mean, I love I love these guys. They're awesome.
Man, Oda
But,
Oda really went on a month-long W spree with these chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
It's actually
totally.
kinda
Every
insane.
chapter has been fantastic.
Oh, I
Elbaph
guess
is shaping up to
the-
be like some of the best One Piece we've ever had. It's awesome.
No, like actually, I bro, we've been eating so well this past month. This next week is gonna be so difficult.
Yeah, I know. It's
Just
kind
like
of great.
waiting.
I feel
No,
like
he
we've
deserves
had
it. He
like
deserves it.
good. We've had a good like run. Like I'm still chewing on stuff from last week. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Mike, yeah, I
It's
mean,
so
you weren't
crazy, man.
you weren't here with us last time. Do you have anything
Yeah.
to say about the mural?
Yeah. So hold on. Let me pull it up because I need to be looking at this thing while I'm. So the one thing
I was telling
did-
Jacob last week that like
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Do you know about the parallel storyline theory? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I mean in if Elbaph was to follow the parallel storyline theory, it would like fall in line with Amazon Lily, and it's just like really fun to see like the two, you know, like Rayleigh and his relationship with the Kuja and Shaki, and now we see Gaban and his relationship with Ripley and the Giants. Like
Giants.
it's very like I mean that's a really cool parallel to me.
Yeah. I didn't even pick up on that honestly.
I mean,
When I
I'm just
first
like
read
forcing it. I love that.
vision.
I'm just agenda. That's my agenda, man. The parallel storyline
Yeah,
theory.
I also I like the parallel theory a lot too.
Yeah.
But I didn't even pick up on the probably just because I don't know Shaki, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
that's the
Shaki's the barkeep at
Yeah, yeah. I looked her up when you guys were talking about her, but like I had forgotten about like what her actual name was until now.
Yeah.
But bro, Meal's so crazy.
Mural piece.
I do
man.
agree. I do agree that it's only the second world. Because there's no way. I mean, I guess you guys went over all this last week, but there's like, it makes a lot more sense for it, especially if it's kids drawing it. Like, how the hell is it gonna have prophecies of the future
Right.
if it's just a couple of kids like drawing a mural about maybe what their parents or whatever told them about the Void Century? Or
What if the person who wrote the
Um,
Harley has insane future sight?
what if the person that wrote the Harley is the same person that? Oh, I guess no. That goes against what I just said.
Jacob,
but-
you missed it, but like but when you and Chen were like catching up to the story, there were like a lot of theories about like time travel. It was like insane. Like there were theories about like Luffy was Joy Boy. Like
why
he,
we haven't
went-
talked about Toki at all. Where does she fit into this? She's from the Void Century.
You're right.
No one's talked about this.
It's hard. It's easy to forget. She kind of just like went in and out. That is true. That is so true.
Is she here? Is she the? Did she fight in this war? Is she the?
She ran away.
She ran away.
Ran away.
Yeah.
But, and interesting, she's not from Wano.
She
Because
said-
she says, "I've always wanted to go to."
Oh,
Wano,"
she's
when
not
she
from
meets-
Wano. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
from Wano. Not from Wano.
So maybe she's
Uh,
the one with long hair on the Ancient Kingdom boat.
Wait, she's got.
yeah.
Wait, what is this?
I don't
scar
think
she
she's there.
has?
I like to think that she ran away from that
Yeah.
to like do something.
Yeah.
To open Wano maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
Like
something.
like she might have been given a directive to do something for the will of Joy Boy, but not specifically fight in this war.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like she set up the first prophecy or the prophecy of like the scabbard coming back, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like she was inspired by like third world prophecy. Yeah, I mean, that's a good shout. I don't know what.
I
know what
thought
her
of
deal
this
is.
today at work.
Yep.
So one of our thoughts was that the Earth's core was the source of the ancient energy, which is referred to as the flame or the sun, the forbidden sun. And you said that what if Emu has run out of the original source of energy? We know that the underworld exists in some capacity because of Brook's fruit. And
Yes,
Brook
yep.
has ice powers. So the underworld is now cold.
Oh.
That sort of supports that the underworld flame, if it does come from there, has run out.
Yeah. Like that.
Which would be kind, and also if there's like parallels with Impel Down, there was the layer, like the heat hell, and there was the ice hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that today. I was like, wait, the underworld in One Piece is cold because of Brook. We know that.
Yeah.
So if it does come from beneath the earth, the flame, then that does support that the flame has run out.
Slight tangent, but do you ever like read theories about like how Impel Down was a structure like pre-Ancient Kingdom or whatever? Like it's underwater now, but it wasn't always underwater.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's cool.
Oh man.
I was gonna say the one thing that I texted this, but the one thing that I only got like 3/4 through your guys' discussion, but you guys were talking about the like this like energy whatever that they're holding on the right side being like the either the mother flame or like a fabrication of it or something, and they're like going down bringing it back out. But I think it's more along the lines of like people's wills being passed on, which you guys also talked about.
You said that.
Yeah, you did say that. But I think the people with halos going down is like people who've died returning to Earth, which is like the mother flame, perhaps. And then the people coming out, they aren't taking the flame. This is like the will. I think they're carrying the will of the people that have passed before, and they're like newborn people carrying the will with them.
Yeah, that video.
They are
like a really good.
They do start small and they get bigger as they go up the ladder.
Yeah, that's why. That's also why I think it's.
Morge had like a point in his video where like he basically said that was like basically a cycle of life diagram, and like they have dreams in their beginning, but then they slowly lose them. But some people keep their dreams and pass it on to like their offspring or whatever, and that's inherited will. People don't die until they're forgotten. What Hillerich said in Drum Island, It's the exact same principle. It's how Roger started the Great Pirate Era. It's the exact same stuff. Like it's the will of the inherited will being passed along even after you die, and that is like churning at the same time and happening at the same time as the mother flame or whatever this big calamity was. And maybe devil fruits are related to that. It's
what if it's like, this is crazy Cook territory, but what if like the essence of life is the same as the power source, and if you use your dreams and your will and your like self-actualization to pass on to your descendants or your friends or whatever, your life energy goes to them, but if you die without passing it on, it goes into the earth. And so maybe that's what it is, like the people are harvesting like the untapped potential of people who have not passed on their will or their dreams. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
reminds me of like that hidden island idea of like dream energy, like being like big factor of the world. The world runs on dream energy, and that like sea star like stores dream energy, and like that's how like Ishmen were created, and like I don't know. It's a cool video.
I think there's some baseline magic here, right? Like it can't all be explained as like One Piece science, right? There's some baseline.
Yeah, 100%.
Something that's like, and I feel like it could be distilled, like just like hockey is the manifestation of your willpower, dreams, imagination, just life, consciousness in general could be this power source that the Ancient Kingdom figured out how to use as a power source for technology, not just the power source for humanity.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think the two power systems that Oda set up is like whale and dreams. Like those are the two systems.
Yeah, I also think that this is still crazy cook, but that might align with the fact that the third world is happening now, because right now we're seeing a lot of the manifestations of passed on will like coming to fruition, which means they weren't passed into the earth, which means they wouldn't be feeding the mother flame.
Which means it's icy. Also, that
icy.
New devil fruits don't exist. They were all created at a certain point, and those have been the ones in circulation for as long as we've known. So if there's no more of this original dream energy, then that could explain why there's no new devil fruits.
I disagree. Honestly, I'm beginning to disagree with what you guys are saying, because like it's not like people are like stopped dreaming. Like in fact, there's more. Like people are more oppressed than ever. Like dreams don't die; they still happen. Why devil fruits stopped? Like why there are no new devil fruits? I'm not sure. Like something happened, obviously. Like I think this is where it gets like between like the magic of the One Piece world and the science of the One Piece world. I feel like there was a limitation in the science aspect that, like, you know, obviously the Ancient Kingdom got set back, you know, thousands of years because of whatever happened. Something happened there to stop creating. I still think devil fruits are like an artificial like creation based on dreams. I think it's still like artificial. I agree there definitely is a magic element here that happened, but I think devil fruits in particular, like hockey is magic. There's like no doubt about that. But I think devil fruits there's something about it that's artificial. I think like the way Vegapunk is creating artificial devil fruits is just like Oda being like funny and being like, oh, they were always artificial. He's figuring them out like by like reverse engineering it.
Yeah, like Momo's fruit being exactly correct, but the color, it's like, this is an artificial devil fruit, but Vegapunk, you just made one, dude.
Yeah,
he did it.
Yeah.
And I suspect if Momo were to die, it would be reborn. Yeah, maybe, you know. Yeah, and that's just the devil fruit at that point.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with the devil fruit thing. The crazy cook territory. That theory, I think I stop agreeing with it, but the end of my agreeing with it is all of the dreams are coming to fruition. Like a lot of the passed on dreams are coming to fruition right now, which is why it would be like not feeding.
Maybe there's a block
but I'm
somewhere.
not sure how that.
Maybe there's
works.
A block of stuff returning, not like a block, but like there's something blocking the return of dreams to the earth or something. I don't know. This is also just hypothetical of if that's true, of if the dreams return to the earth if you don't pass it on.
A good case in point for this idea, even if it's not like one-to-one, is Bonnie's fruit. And like how, you know, she was at like a point where everything seemed like it was gonna, like reality was faced onto her by Saturn or whatever, and she was an all-time low, and then she sees Luffy being Nika or whatever, and then she's able to like do all these feats now that are like, you know, impossible, you know, like that are insane and broke the community. They were like, what the fuck, Bonnie can just do this. I think like her fruit is like a very good like kind of like parallel to this idea of like dreams and like what can be done, the potential of what could be done. And I feel like, as you know, if we take like, you know, anime logic, revitalizing last moment energy as like a kind of parallel to what this is, I think like Bonnie's fruit is like kind of symbolic to that. Yeah,
I want to see Bonnie fight Gunko so bad.
He got shafted in his story. Like, I need to see her again. I
know. I love Bonnie.
Yeah.
Do you think she's gonna get captured as one of the kids?
Oh, that would be.
It's hard to tell
like,
what
Shamrock said they want to take the kid. So I mean, that obviously Colin's gonna get taken because he's the named kid. But
you're right.
But Bonnie's also there. Yeah. She's a kid.
Yeah, I mean, they only specified giant. We still don't even know what they're trying to do. I don't even understand what the hell is happening.
I don't know what kind of plan this is.
They have no.
Why would like that their first option? They're like, okay, well,
it was their second option. It was plan B.
Okay, well, first option was Loki, but like,
No, are they trying to like use them as like a hostage chip for something? Like,
Yeah, but like, why would they even? Don't they have enough force to like just ask for what they want?
well, they didn't get what they want. They didn't get.
Well,
Loki.
I mean, they didn't get Loki, but like, what is the point of capturing the kids? Are you just evil? Are they just evil? Like, is this just?
I actually don't know. I'm unsure as of now, and they need a third person for some
Is
reason.
there a reason that Loki would want like need? Is there a reason that like Loki is protective of the kids? Would there be any reason for that? Because I feel
think
like that's the only.
We haven't seen anything to suggest that.
I think
but
their goal is just to subjugate Elbaph. And I think their first option was to use Loki as like, this guy's free. You know this guy can fuck you up. He has in the past. If he's on our side, you'll have to bend to our will. And option 2 is, we have your precious children, bend to our will, or else, you know. I think that might be it.
You know what's interesting? I just realized this. Loki lied to Luffy. Basically, he basically said like, you know, if you free me, I'll tell you whatever. And like, he's obviously scheming and plotting there, right? He's not. He was like, as soon as Luffy frees me, I'm gonna fuck off. Like, I don't give a shit about this. But he didn't bother to do that with the God's Knights. He wasn't like, if you free me, I'll join you. You know, just free me and I'll join you. He didn't even do that. So I think maybe there's more honor to Loki than we realize.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't bend down that way for
Like
that.
if he recognizes the people have bad intentions or they're like morally corrupt, he won't
Yeah.
fuck with them. Like, he'll tell them
Yeah.
straight up what he believes. But if it's someone who he believes that is sort of good, morally good, he just plays tricks on them because that's what he's like, you know. So I also had this thought driving home from work. You think the voice of the half moon, I mean, that's obviously just the
voice of all things,
like,
or just
No.
Willow D.
I think it might be the inconvenient remnants hear the voice of the half moon. You think that could be Roger's final words?
Oh, is this in the prophecy? The
Yeah.
third world prophecy?
Yeah. The inconvenient remnants could just be the people of the D who ended up becoming pirates. Recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. And I don't know, I think like specifically hearing the voice might be they were the call to find the One Piece.
So, I'm sorry, I'm like having like thoughts. Like, I think you're right. I wonder if like there was prophesized to have like a herald figure in like the third world. And I'm just thinking about this because that reminds me of Yasue too.
Yeah.
And Yasue did the exact same thing where he heralded in his deathbed, like in his, you know, he was held to death. He heralded these people with half moon tattoos on their legs, you know, Will of D basically. And I think like maybe it was just prophesized for like, you know, and Orochi was a very similar figure to the Emu in this scenario. Like he cheesed his way into like, you know, if we have that theory of Emu cheesing his way into into royalty or whatever. You have like this oppressed people and like a herald, you know, beckoning to the public, causing havoc. You know, there's something that you can't even stop. But yeah, I think that's a cool idea that like there was a prophecy for a herald and Roger had to be the herald.
Yeah.
So then, you know, we could get the next person.
I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. If you made it to the end of this video, if you listened to the whole thing, thank you. Subscribe. 10 subscriber goal, guys. 10 subscribers. We got this eventually. 10 subs.
10 subs.
We might do a game to fill the week break. We might do a game, but we will for sure be back for chapter 1140. That's crazy, guys.
Oh, that's crazy.
1140.
Yeah, 1140. We're almost at 1150. That's crazy. Damn.
That's a big number.